guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I want to talk quickly about a subject that I think is very important, and that's website accessibility. And we want to look at it from two different angles, legal ramification and also from an SEO standpoint. Website accessibility is really important because have you ever been to a website and maybe they had like a really bright blue background and red text or something like that, and you just couldn't see what it was saying, or it had kind of a weird layout and you weren't able to use it very well, or the font was too small, something like that. Well, if it was difficult for you, for those who have a disability and use assistive technologies to view websites, it's most likely even more difficult for them because they don't have the same tools that we are using. Maybe they're not using a mouse and they're having to use something else, or they're doing a screen reader. We want to make sure that our website is accessible to anyone that visits our website. And one of the ways that we want to do that is because we want to avoid legal ramifications. ADA, the Americans with Disability Act that was signed, has anywhere from a $75,000 to a $55,000 fine just for your first offense, and it goes up from there. But it's not just about legal ramifications. We want to make sure that our website and that the internet is inclusive for all, no matter how they access it. We want to make sure that everyone can have the same experience every single time. WCAG, the body who deals with accessibility for the internet, has 4 really great principles that really allow us to kind of look at what website accessibility is. I left a link to that in my blog, so check that out. And there's a lot of jargon in there, but basically what's really nice is that they boiled it down really to 4 principles, and that spells out POUR. That's perceivable, operable, understandable, and robust. And I'm going to quickly give an overview, but perceivable is that people can perceive, they can understand and see what is on, even if they can't actually see it. They can hear it, all that sort of stuff. So alt tags, captions, things like that, that gives a good description of your website. Operable. Make sure that it operates the same way for the same time for anybody who accesses your website. You want to make sure that your website is operable. So that means you're not trying to do anything weird, which goes also back to perceivable, that you're making sure that you're putting alt tags, you're putting good descriptions so that people can read it, they can understand it, and that it's operable. And 3, understandable, that they're not trying to solve some sort of Tetris puzzle, or they're trying to do some sort of video game maneuver to try to figure out what's going on your website. We want to make sure that it's understandable to anybody that gets to your website. And 4th, you want to make sure that it's robust, that it not only works today, but that it also works with future assistive technologies as technology grows. So we've talked a little bit about the legal ramifications and why it's important to make sure that your website is accessible, but it's not just about that. It's a good practice to make your website accessible also for SEO, search engine optimization. We've talked about that before, and oh man, Roger, now we got to do search engine optimization, and we talked about how it turns our hair gray and how we don't like it and all that. Well, SEO can really help website accessibility. Website accessibility can help improve your SEO. When you start adding alt tags, when you start adding captions, when you start adding descriptions, when you start making sure that you have good descriptive URLs so that people know where they're at, and you have great captions, and you make sure that you really help the person understand where they're at on your website and where they need to go, that helps with SEO as Google crawls your website. That's also part of their Web Core Vitals. And there's a lot of different resources that you can use online to check your color contrast, to see where you're at with your accessibility. And I left that in the link below in the blog. So check out those resources, as well as the other resources on my other blog that I wrote about website accessibility earlier. So when it comes down to it, there are 2 things that you want to remember when it comes to website accessibility. Yes, there are legal ramifications of what you don't want to do, but also website accessibility can help you with SEO. Now, we're not doing website accessibility just to help our SEO. We're doing website accessibility to make sure that anyone and everyone can visit our website and have the same great experience. Because when everybody comes to your website and they're able to see the great service, the great product, what you offer, and you answer the 3 questions, they're going to be interested and want to continue to look down and check out the page and check out your website. And they're not going to be able to do that if it's not understandable, if they can't access it, if they're not able to use a screen reader or whatever technology that they're using. If they can't use that, then they're just going to bounce and find somebody else who can. If you're interested in trying to find out how you can get your website to be accessible, check out the links below in my blog. Leave a comment if you have anything that you wanted to add to this, or if you had any questions. I'd love for you to check out my blog. You can also check out my website where I have the 5 Essentials guide to make sure that your website has the 5 essentials that you need in order for it to be effective. I look forward to seeing you again. Leave a comment. I hope you like, and I will see you next time.